Well, hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Let's get this going. So then, coal power, that is going to be absolutely fantastic. I went ahead and got the vehicular transport done ahead of time because I needed to get the truck stop set up just in order to save a bit of time. Then, as well as the other two unlocks here in tier 3, we got everything ready for that. And tier 4 is going to be the good part. And then we're going to start getting blueprints, belts at 270 per minute, bigger container. Then we also got the miner mark 2 doubling the resources. And then also power storage. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. And hypertubes in order to get around. I see they have a couple extra pieces in there, so you can split off from one going to another place. I want to try and mess around with that a bit. See if we can get a proper tube connection set up here. Might be good as well. Then we got bolted frame as a hard drive that I scanned. It's going to be at 2 per minute normally. This will go up to 5, but it's going to take screws, so I'm definitely going to take this. As soon as we get our tier 3 belts and lifts. Oh boy, I just even selected that. What did I select? I think I have to go and search it. Reinforced iron plate, didn't it? Seem like it. Yeah, there we go. So we got the bolted iron plate. That's going to be 15 per minute. Normally we only get 5 per minute. So that is really good. Okay, well I definitely selected the right thing. Doesn't really matter though. But we got our biofuel generation room here. 270 megawatt capacity. That will just tie us over in order to get everything up and running. After that, it should come to a halt and then just stay like that until you need to use that extra bit of power that the coal generators aren't running. That is, I think, the only time they will start up again. But I want to remove them and get the batteries down. That's just going to be so much better. Then let's come and take a look at the first truck stop. It's going to start getting dark. That's a bit of a problem. I think I already recorded the path, so all we have to do is just set him to go ahead and do his thing. Should be good. Come on, buddy. Get a move on. I don't want you to be running over me because I'm still going to be way quicker than him. Especially with the blade runners. I absolutely love these things. Don't get me wrong, the zip lines are good, but only when you got those large towers that you can have a huge distance in between. And also when it's a very uneven terrain, the zip line is better. But I think for straight line speed, if you can just get your jumps correct, yeah, there's just nothing that beats these blade runners. Where are you running to? Oh, come on, don't tell me you're gonna be stuck on a place that I can't get you. Thank goodness. I think there should be another little hawk over the side. I'm going to be needing it for the tickets. A couple of things I want to unlock. Oh, there we go. Sorry, buddy. I didn't see you. Really didn't. Thank you. It's going to be good. Then let's come and take a look. Our tractor is going to be entering into the drop-off zone here. Everything should be running perfect. He's going to stop here. The truck station is going to unload it. Fill up the container over there. And at the back here, we're going to be having our power grid. So then, I just want to go over something. I don't think I mentioned this. We got the roll-up gates here. They're quite big, as you can see over there. And they are really freaking fantastic. I don't know when they added that, but it is the best thing ever. So let's get our coal generator down. Pressing H to lock it in place, and then I'm just going to move it up a bit here. I think over there should be good. And I do want to bring it a little bit closer to the edge, even though it's going to be a little bit more difficult to connect up the power lines. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Cat always has the weirdest place to freaking lay down. That's why it's so hard to move towards the right. See me getting stuck doing that quite a bit today. Alright, so I want to connect this up to power first. That way when the coal starts rolling in, this is definitely going to start feeding into the machines and allowing it to pre-fill before we even get the power turned on. So it needs to be, almost went into the water. Needs to be on the left hand side of the machine. You can definitely do this with the extra platform over this side. I'm just, I guess you can say, too lazy to do that. Let's see if we can get around the machine here without falling into the water. Yeah, the sun is going down, but we should be good with power regardless of this. Let's just get this going. Then we'll head back to the hub and go and do that unlock for the enhanced asset security. Go and grab my rebar gun so I can keep that with me. But yeah, we should be good. So it's going to be a Mark II belt in between unloading everything. I think that's just the best option. And then we can start getting to work on the pipeline here. So this has to be a straight connection. Why does that seem a bit off from the wall? Yeah, weird. Look at that. Isn't it supposed to be connecting up to this? Sure, it should. Can't really get this location. Let's just add one over there. Add one the same height over that side, and let's check this out. I just want to double check here. That's just so weird. Yeah, it can definitely go closer to the wall. So why on earth would it put it right there by the machine? Come and fix my mistake there. It should be one lower. But regardless, I'm just going to leave it like this for the moment. Let's come and get the pipeline set up here. Because we really need to get a move on in order to get this power up and running. So I'm just going to walk straight back. I'm keeping the pipeline close to the lift just to save a bit of space here, because I want to add a railing in between the two sections. In the next episode, when we get the quicker belts, we will definitely be expanding the power infrastructure here, and we are going to be needing it, believe me. Especially the quicker belt. That is going to be the number one thing that we really need to get. So just adding in all the pipes over there. So the first, just get the correct location there. The machines are going to be connected to one pipeline, and then the other 3 machines are going to be connected on a separate pipeline. So that's going to be really connected. Don't have to muck about there. That's going to be 4 water generators in total. Thing is though, am I going to have enough space in order to do this? Let me just check something. So I would like to get it down directly over there. The reason for this is going to be I don't have the wall hole connection for the pipelines yet. So I'm just placing it down ahead of time like that. Then we can get the wall down and not have an issue at all with it. So I'm going to have to make sure that I get this over there and straight. I think it's a bit close, isn't it? No, that one junction is off a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that. Let's fix the mistake over this side. Just need to break down the pipelines as well as this one. Just grab this, connect it straight through. Should be straight now when we add in the pipeline junction. Directly across, then directly into there. Alright, I'm not going to be doing any painting now, I'll leave that for later on. So we got our 2 pipelines split out. The machine should be loading. I know it's a bit cramped here. Now we got 11 loaded in, so I would like to have it at 100, but I don't think that's going to be possible. So let's go to production, get the water extractors down. I think I should move them as close as possible as I can over there. I think over there should be fine. That's not going to be a problem. Okay, so initially we're going to go with 4. And get our pipeline just connected in between the 2 machines. It's a bit easier to get this junction in there. So this has to go directly across from this, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So we'll find the closest point to it. Then let's just change it to a noodle. Nice rounding over there. So not too bad. We're going to need to connect those two up. Yeah, then we have to connect these two up from that side. Oh boy. That was an accident. Didn't mean to jump off there. So let's go ahead and add this over that side. And then keeping with a noodle, just for the moment, if I can get the tickets, I can get the attachment to bring the pipeline on the wall. Then I'm going to start redoing that. So it should be done. I'm not going to be leaving it. We're only getting the power up and running in this episode just to start things off here. So we just take it over there to the side. This is going to get tricky. I should have added another foundation, but it should be okay. No worries. Just bring this wall up by one. The same thing over here. Now to get to that power line, that's going to get crazy. So I'm going to just drop into the water like an idiot. And let's go over this side and add some double wall connections in order to connect up these extractors. I'm just gonna get them down. I don't think I'm gonna really bother too much in trying to get them in line, even though it's gonna bug me, but I can definitely get that redone in my own time, because I will still be uploading another one on Sunday, because this is my own mistake for not getting around to doing the recording, and I do apologize for that. Let's go up this side. I'm gonna have to move that power pole there. So with that said, let's connect it up that side. I think everything else should be connected. Just connect it through on the outside. Yeah, I'm gonna connect it to this pole just for now in order to start getting our extractors running here. These nice water extractors. Over that side. Now then we do have a few more over here to come and connect. Come on, let me up. Man, this guy definitely doesn't want to be jumping around there. There's no way. You're annoying me with that nonsense. Can I make this jump? Yes, I can. Good. Okay, that should be all of the extractors up and running. Coal should be loading. This is going to be extremely tight squeeze, but let's come and take a look here real quick what's going on with these power lines over the side. Just get a place to stand. Holy bugger. Yeah, so I think we can definitely connect that through there. Then connect this up to this side. Yeah, that should be perfect. Now we do need to connect this to power though. Seems like it is connected. So what's going on with this side? Is it not connected on the inside of this building? No, it is. So that power line is connected to that side. Did I connect it up here? No, this is where the connection problem is. So it has to go from that one to the power line over there. And then we should be seeing power. Come on, buddy. Start getting some water flowing. Yeah, they're definitely having some green lights, and it's starting to get daytime real soon. So I think what I'm going to be doing is our generators will definitely be starting on up here. I'm just going to head back to the base really quick. We'll get the unlock at the hub and then go over to doing our advanced production, because we really need to get that going. At least we should be getting much better lighting now. Oh boy, it stays nighttime for quite a long while. But regardless, we're nearly there. I never grabbed my rebar gun, and I did say I want to take this, so let me grab it. Got my rebar gun. Yeah, let's just split the ammo. Take 50 with us. Gonna drop the DNA in there for now. I don't think we're really gonna be needing it. I'll be keeping my chainsaw on me as well. Might be good. So yeah, this thing is really good. Especially taking down the bloody plants that you get that spawn the bees. They are so annoying sometimes. Because you never see them until they actually start spawning the bees and you get attacked. Then you have to wonder what the heck's going on here. So let's head over this side. This building is going to get a little bit more tricky. It's definitely going to get more tricky. So I think what I will do is just connect the miner. You freaking bugger. Where did you come from? I'm not even going to try and shoot you. Freaking bugger. Little spider. So then we're going to add 2 power shots in order to get 120 per minute. Remember, we're going to be unlocking the miner Mark II. So this normal 60 node is going to turn over to 120 per minute. And we can even increase it even more. We can definitely go up to 270 if we really wanted to with the belt speed that we're going to unlock. But for the moment, we ain't going to do that. We're just going to get the machine in place here. So I think what I want to be doing is just move it over by 1. Definitely can't bring it any closer because then the miner and the belts ain't going to work out. So we're going to add 1. Maybe move it a bit forward. Yeah, I think over there should be good. Hopefully that bird is not going to be a problem. Buddy, oh boy, that's incorrect. Needs to be directly next to one another. But it's so weird with the clipping if you hold down control. There we go. That's much better, thank you. So then I'm gonna add another couple of smelters down here. Let me just get down. Hey there, little bitty. So we're gonna have 4 smelters on each side. And this is going to be split up at 120. So we're definitely gonna have to get that increase. That is something we definitely need. So I'm just gonna do this in order to prepare for that. In the next episode when we get that belt unlocked, that's the first thing that I really want to get. Then we're going to go ahead and get that unlocked. And I'm also going to be making enough steel. I think it's the steel beams that we need in order to upgrade the belt work. That's going to make a major difference. So we're going to be using a merger. Facing in which direction? Let's bring it to the front. So we can add this merger just across from this. This very last one is going to have to change. Give me the merger. Yeah, it needs to feed into this one. Because if we get the belt speed, we can just directly unload like this. We don't have to worry too much. So I just want to get this down so I can see basically where the container needs to be. And I think we can even bring it up to here. Is this going to be in line with it? Yes, it is. Perfect. So Mark II. Mark II for now. Splitting in between the machines, also Mark II. Over this side. Then just this little section that needs to join on up. Then okay, we need to add power now. This is always the annoying bit to get down. But it is the most important thing you can do. Because without it, absolutely nothing is going to work. So I'm just going to add this power line over this side. Let's bring it over here. And just get it clipped in like I did there with the others. Because it's going to be a bit more decent with the lips. And eventually we're going to have beams with power lines and everything. As soon as we can get that blueprint maker. That is going to be freaking fantastic. I really want to get that. It's one of the most important things you can use. That's incorrect. Not even paying attention which way the lift is showing there. My mistake. So then this has to be a splitter. Looking good. I'm going to have to get a wall down so that I can see where this miner is going to be splitting from. So let's go and grab a few walls here. I think I'm going to make it about 4 high. We can definitely give the building a lot more shape here. May as well get rid of this thing as well. Like I mentioned, the plants with the bees. There's no point in trying to shoot them when they're flying. They are just going to be annoying anyway, so let them take their cheap shots. The only thing I care about is getting the spitter remains, or the hatcher remains, not the spitter. Okay, we need to get lifts over here. Here they come. Alright buddies, you had your fun. So as long as you got the hatcher out, they will definitely not keep coming up to you like they would normally do. I'm gonna need conveyor wall hole. And I think directly across from there should be good. Yeah, that is perfect. Boy, let's run around. We also need to add one on this side in order to get things going. Just make sure that it's going to be straight in line with this. Mark II belt feeding in. And from each machine, don't miss that. It's going to be extremely important. Make sure all the belts are connected. We'll add a door in here with a little ramp. Just do this easier to get in and out if we need to. So we can do that. Get the gate wall hole as well as the roll-up gate. Just need to get a position correctly. Snap it in with H and then just move it to where you need it to go. So that is absolutely perfect. We got a way in and out from here. Should be able to run around this and get to different areas. But we just need to connect the miner as well as the power. The power is the most important thing, and I completely forgot about this. I think over there should be fine. That's low enough in order to connect straight up that side. And hopefully not interfere with the belt. I'm just going to bring this out here for the moment and connect it up that side. Hopefully everything is connected. Let's see if we can get this lift done. Because it needs to go to a certain height. Well, I wonder if 3 is going to be enough. It's not going to do too bad. We're just going to add a splitter for now. Then go to a straight belt. It seems like it needs to go one lower. But I really need to get a move on. I desperately need these resources. I might actually do it from the other way. Bring it over here on top of the door and then into the splitter. That is not something I'm going to bother with too much for now. This should be it for the smelting building. So let's go ahead. There's something I want to do. Let's get everything covered with the walls. Because we're going to do the constructors on the top side. So we may as well open a door over there. And then from the constructors it's going to go down again into assemblers. So we're going to have a multi-floor building over here doing everything that we need. And hopefully resources will be good. Just need to get those unlocks for the quicker belts. That is like the most important thing I need. As soon as I got that, I should be golden. Can really start upgrading the factories then. You know what, I think I should even bring this back a bit. Come on, why are you not giving me that snap point? There we go. Trying to bug me out there for a moment. Okay, so a door over here at the back. Break this entire section down. Not gonna need it. Don't think so, at least. Thing is though, where am I gonna add stairs now that I think about it? Because I'm gonna be using a 1 meter foundation in order to add over as the roof and the second floor foundation. So let's just get this in place. Should be done after this. There we go. See, I don't have the catwalks yet, so I can't really add any stairs. And I'm I'm not even sure if a 4-meter ramp will actually really do something in order to get up there. Just gonna drag one down from here. And this will have to do. It's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. Now I don't see any smoke really coming through the floor, so I'm guessing this height will definitely be correct for what I need to do. And then when we get the beam support, we can definitely add that underneath, so this foundation won't be a floating platform for much longer. So there's so many things that we can unlock. It's gonna get absolutely crazy. Right, so I know the container is down there somewhere. I'm gonna need to split things up here, and I need to figure out how do I want to do it. Maybe we can even add the assemblers on the top floor and then just send it down to containers. Because the thing is, we're going to need constructors over this side. So I want 2 for doing iron rods. And I want another 2 doing the, if I can just get it in place there, the iron plates. And then I want to be using more of the machines for the screws, independent machines. So I think we can go 1, 2, 3. I think that should be fine. Can even go with a 4th one over that side eventually, because we're gonna need a lot of screws. And as soon as we can increase the ingots, it's gonna make a major difference. So let's go ahead and get it to power. Should be good. Quite easy to figure out, hopefully. Just do the power lines first. Okay, strange, why didn't it show up over there? Okay, so that's connected, that's connected. You need to connect up that side. You are connected over there. Okay, fantastic. Let's bring one more power line over to the side. Don't know if this is going to be directly in line with the machines though. But I can get it as close as possible. Just go with this. If there's any power lines that I need to clean up, I'll definitely do that off camera. It seems like there's a bit more of a gap between those two. So there's definitely a couple of things that I'm going to have to redo. So I'll go over things on my own time there tomorrow while I'm prepping for the other one doing manual crafting. Just going to add this foundation down there for now so I don't keep falling off the building. Let's get our lifts down. Splitters are going to come from over that side. Still going to go with a Mark II belt. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of a gap between those two machines. Okay. And over here we're going to do exactly the same thing. And before I can get those down, we're going to have to open a wall here. Oh, foundation, not a wall, but definitely not over there. I want to take a look at where this is going to come out from. Seems like it's right underneath the constructor there. Interesting. So if I just add it over there, let's flip it this way. It's going to be under logistics. Get the connection for the floors, remove this, bring it down as a Mark II, just reverse the direction, and a Mark II belt. So that should be everything going up. Let's just see where it comes out from. I might be able to get away with it. Yes, I will. Absolutely perfect, but I don't think this is going to be directly in line, is it? I don't know. No, it's a little bit off. Interesting. So I'm going to bring it up, and then we just have to find the correct height for this. I think over there should be good. No, none of these belts want to work. Yeah, I think it should be fine. It looks decent. Okay, so we're gonna add a splitter facing this direction backwards. Get another Mark II belt in place here. Man, I'm glad I made so freaking much of those. Wait a minute, I am gonna need that, ain't I? I made so much of these reinforced iron plates because they are crazy useful. No, I needed to add the splitter first again. So the thing is though, I just want to make sure, so we need to have one that's going to be running straight out this side and around. Which means the splitters over this side is going to be incorrect. I do apologize for that. Just get the splitter again. So I'm trying to think now where I can add this. Because I think the belt is going to look weird if I do it any other way. Let me just get the belt down first. Let's see, so we can't connect it over here. But I think we should be able to add another foundation. Let's do this and see if this is going to work out. I apologize, I think this episode might even go a bit longer. So we can definitely get it done as a straight bell. I think this lift just needs to go down by one. I may as well just do it while I'm busy. Oh boy. Wanted the lift, buddy. Yeah, so it needs to go over there. Get a Mark II down. Yeah, that's going to be alright. Get the Mark II down this side, and then we do need to get it up there somehow. Can we use these? I haven't used them in so long. Conveyor poles. Oh, you can actually loop them as well. That is absolutely perfect. So a Mark II. No. I do not know if that's gonna work. Let's go up to the third one. It seems okay. It's not the best, but it's gonna work. At least for the moment. Where did I add this? On the edge. So it's gonna have a slight clipping problem there with the wall, I think. That is fine. I just really need to get this production up and running. That is going to be my most important thing. What's going on here? It is too steep. Seriously? That is crazy. Well, I'm going to add it like that for now. I'll bring it down by 2. Let me just do that. And then we can add it by 2 over this side as well. So we're going to break that down. Then we're going to have the belt go down this way. Still straight. Going to have a much more decent slope. And then just straight back in here. Why does it still not want to go in there? Okay, we can get it done with default, so that is fine. Don't know why it didn't want to do it the normal way, but it's what it is. Can't really do anything about it. So over here we're gonna be using up alternative cast screws. Gonna use 2 machines. I'm gonna turn these off for the moment. We're not gonna be needing them, otherwise the ingots are gonna have a big issue. So then the best that we can do is increase this production up in order to give us 60 per minute as well as the one next to it. Just get the power shard, also go for 60 a minute. And that should be using up 30. So we can get 120 by just using up 60 ingots. But we're already going to use up 60 doing iron plate here at 40 per minute. Then we've got iron rods also at 30 per minute. Taking up just 30. So the 2 rods, 2 iron plate, and then 2 of these alternative screw production is definitely good. So I'm going to be adding them in this direction. think this might be a little bit too close actually. How do I want to do this? I really didn't take this into account, did I? Ooh, this is gonna get tight. So I can definitely just go with the Mark 1 belt in between. Yes, not gonna need anything faster than that. Then we can just bring it around to the side here with no issues. Add the other splitter or merger. I'm gonna have to move it over there. I just need to get things running. We'll come and redo this as soon as we get our production up and running. Because as soon as we can get the faster belt, I can definitely take a look at how big I want to increase this building. And this is going to be the rods unloading. Just want to bring it out to there, then we'll do something over the side. Alright. Alright. I'm going to need containers in order to store everything, or are we just going to bring it directly down? Would like to get the containers, but I don't think I'll be able to fit all of them. I don't think there's a way to do this. You can add 2 and then get the second one on top here. That should be fine. You can split this one with the straight belt into that container. The rods can go directly over there. And the screws directly across like that. That is perfect. That actually worked out so much better than what I thought. Okay, that is fantastic. So I'm gonna need to get a wall or something up here, because we ain't getting any power. Go up by another 4. I don't think it's gonna work like that. I'm gonna have to bring it a bit forward. Just bring it up a bit higher so that it clears the container. This will be the last randomized building. From here things will definitely get going much better. Okay, that is power to the second floor for now. So we should be getting screws, iron plates and rods. Just gonna have to make sure which one is which. And then also I want to check something. So if I add it directly down there, it's going to cause an issue. It's not going to go directly into this room. So I'm guessing we're going to need to leave this foundation here. It's going to be a bit of open space, but wasted. Not really wasted, as I have to move these machines maybe. Depending on how everything is going to be working in the next one. But for the moment, not too bad. We're getting some screws, rods and plates. Good. Let's go and get a couple other things done here. I'm going to see if I can add down this conveyor floor hole thing. Get it in line with that. Is this correct now? Yes, it is. And then do I add the second one over this way? Just take a look here. I want to see if I can go ahead and get everything loaded in here without an issue. Perfect. That's going to be everything unloading to the bottom floor. Okay, good. Now I don't have to worry about running up and down the entire time. That is going to make a big difference. So this one should be iron plate. Then we got iron rods and we got our screws. What's good about having them all the way up there is I can definitely try and use the opportunity to place the machines in any direction that I want to add them. I don't think it would be an issue at all. Just want to clear up some of this brush here. Oh, this is not going to be brush, is it? Interesting. If we close that gap, we can definitely add another floor in order to raise it up. I think 1 meter should be fine. gonna be fine. This time I really want to try and build much more different than what I normally did. Just having some simple and plain buildings. I think we can leave that door at the back, then we'll have a ramp over this side. Just grab it in there. Come on, buddy. Then we can add the wall over here like this. I think we can still do a roll-up gate as well, yeah. Just move it up towards the side. Now I do need to test if this is going to work, because I think the sensor... Oh no, it works. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. How do we get this one on top? There we go. Now this is going to be a bit more tricky. We have to go with the 1 meter. And I think another 1 meter. So that should allow everything to still be level, and we have a pathway going towards the back. We'll definitely add some stairs going up to the 2nd floor. I think this should be good. Let's go and see if we can just get these assemblers down. This is going to be the last part that we need to do. Then we can go and get our basic steel production. And almost time to relax a bit then, because this is going to get crazy. I need more reinforced iron plates. I didn't bring enough with me. That is nuts. Let me just craft up quite a bit of them. So then I did grab a very quick little look there at the way that I want to do the assembler. So we're only going to be needing 3 of them. It's really not going to be all that much. But the problem is going to be in order to get them placed so that I can get them stored into a container. So I don't really think that's going to work. So maybe, but then I'm going to have to redo that. I was thinking about adding another floor over here, because we can bring it out quite a bit. Because we got this bloody rock in the place here. Let's see something. If I add it up by 1 meter and then by another 2 meters, this is going to get quite troublesome to get the lifts in order, if I can just even get it. And we can get it on top of that rock, that's fine. Depending on what I do over there. So I think we can add a ramp over the side. A 4 meter ramp like that in order to actually get into this area. I think that should be fine. Then we can definitely add the 4 assemblers. No, it's going to be 3 assemblers, not 4, sorry. I'm trying to think on if I need to leave enough space for a catwalk or something going over that side. So let's take a look at the recipes. We're going to go with the alternative bolted iron plate. That's going to be, oh my goodness, we need 90 iron plates per minute. I'm going to have to rebalance the machines. I will need to rebalance it, because the normal one only gives us 5 per minute, and we're going to need a bit more. And that's only taking up 30. So let's see if we can underclock this in order to give us 7 per minute, because that's what we're going to need. We need 42. So it's just going to stutter barely over there. Look at that, 116 screws. It's freaking mental. And look at the modular frames one as well. It's going to take up 7.5 reinforced iron plate in order to give 5 modular frames. And then it takes up 140 screws a minute. That is something we're going to be using as well. The only default recipe that we're going to use is going to be the one for the rotor. So that's going to be 20 iron rod. We're doing 30 at the moment. And this is also going to be taking up 100 screws a minute. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing over here with this. There has to be some way that I can get it balanced out. There definitely has to be a way, and I'll take a look at that. So I do want to get the container right over here. The machines are really going to take quite a bit of time in order to load on up. You know what, I should bring it more back. That's Let's just bring it back a little bit more. Then I don't have to go and extend this foundation out even further than what it is. So just get that in line. Just a simple Mark 1 belt unloading because nothing is above 60. That should be good. Now we just need to connect these suckers to power and then find a way to unload the reinforced iron plates and split it up in order to also go ahead and get that production rate running good, because I'm gonna need quite a bit of modular frames and a bunch of other stuff as well for the next unlocks. It's really gonna get crazy. But from there we can rework all of these smaller factories in order to be so much better. I'm gonna see that power line out here. Yes, I do. Just see if I can get a different power line, then I won't have a double wall connection sticking out everywhere. That should be connected up that way. We need to head back in here. See if we can get the lifts down. It's gonna be interesting to do. Oh boy, I don't have enough iron plates. Can you believe that? Bugger. I'm gonna have to go and grab some real quick. May as well, since I'm here, just launch the port there as well. I just want to grab a look here as well. So we got 100 modular frames just in order to get the blueprint designer. Another 100 in order to get the miner Mark 2 unlocked with 200 rotors. That is gonna get crazy. Another 200 modular frames for expanded power infrastructure. And then basically just some steel production in order to get the hypertubes. There's the junction that I mentioned, as well as this one that can split off. So it should actually be really good in order to take a look at getting that done. Just want to grab some iron plates over here. Definitely going to be grabbing all of the screws that I can, because I'm going to preload those machines for a moment. We're going to be needing it. Holy bugger, that is nuts. So I think some of the production that we're actually getting, we can send that out via the belt, but the other two machines, I think we're gonna need to add the containers in order to make these machines work. So the building won't be closed off today, since we're gonna rework a couple of things, and I need to move the machines up top there in order to just get them in the correct spot. Seems like everything is fine over here as well. And now I want to definitely take a look at this. I'm just going to add the lift at one of them. So this requires screws, this takes up screws, and this takes up screws. So we'll add one lift with a splitter in order to divide up all of our screw production being sent in here. I'm going to use a Mark II belt for the moment we need it. Then the screws with this one over here, I think. Yeah, that's going to be the one for the screw. So let's bring it down. And I'm wondering, how high is the lift normally? It's going to be on that height. So if I add it over there, it should be correct to bring it along the wall. It should be a Mark II belt though. And then directly into this one. So another wall mount over there should suffice in order to keep things going. And that's going to be the screws loading into the machines. Looking good. Now we just need to add the belts for these ones. So this is going to be iron rod. How am I going to bring that one down? And we also have to bring down steel plates or iron plates. That's going to get nuts. That has to be upgraded to a Mark II as well. And this is gonna get a little bit tight. Can I not try and get a tower down in order to check if we can maybe see a bit better? But I think the foundations are gonna be in the way there. Yeah, just a little bit. So the screws are definitely unloading good. That is having no issues. So I just want to take a look here. What if we actually bring it down directly like this for the iron plates? See if we can bring it around over this side. It's going to be clipping through there. So get a curved one. Just bring it out neat and tidy. Why is it not working? I don't know what it's in line with over here. Can at least use the default belt. And this might cause a little bit of a problem. So if we use a straight belt, it definitely has to go to there and then into there. So we got our iron plates and we got our screws unloading. So the thing is, I'm gonna drop down here quite a bit, I think. Man, that sucks. Need to add the ramp so I can get in here easier. Containers should be empty because the production is gonna run slow. See, so I can add 500 into each of them just to get this kick started as soon as the other materials are gonna be loading in. But the problem is gonna be this one. So if I add it to a straight, that's going to be the closest that I can get it to the wall. Now I need to decide where it needs to go over there. Am I out of reinforced iron plates? I think so. Oh boy. Man, I'm running like an idiot. You can see the clipping there from our ramp. Man alive, I need reinforced iron plates. Definitely do. Only to get this last section done. We actually need a Mark 1. I don't even believe we need a Mark 2. But I would like to have the machines loading quicker. That is just the reason for doing it. Okay, so let's see if we can get it over there. I'll use a Mark 1 for now. Hopefully that's going to be directly in line. So we need to add a lift over here that's going to be a bit higher. This is gonna get crazy, guys. Let's see if that will work. There we go. It's connected. Definitely connected. I'll get the mounts from the ceiling and then use this in order to get it done. So we'll redo this entire section by connecting it to the belt there. Didn't mean to actually break it off that side. So we'll go with the Mark 1 loading from there. Why won't it turn into there? Don't you be messing with me, buddy. Really, don't you be messing with me. Did I just break down a wall over here? I never added the 2 layers. There we go. So another thing that I have to take a look at doing. Connect the belt, take it up there. And then just go with a straight connection. I'll just have to figure out exactly how to move the ceiling mounts. But I think that should be fine actually. That is perfect. So we can definitely have this belt supported as well. It's not just going to be hanging in thin air. Just want to check that the machines are actually going to start uploading. Don't want to drop in the rods myself. But it should be loading in just a moment. Yeah, this is a different problem. What do we need over here? Reinforced iron plate. So we're going to have to find a way to wrap it around from the other side. So this is going to go one more foundation outwards. And then over at the back of this container we're going to be adding a splitter over here. Then we're going to be adding a lift. I have no idea how I managed to get 2 down, but that is quite interesting. And we're going to bring it around the side. So I think we might have to use these conveyor poles again. Go up by 2. Just see if we can connect it up straight there. That looks fine. Doesn't look as weird as the other belt did. which is a bit annoying, but it is the way it is though. So I think we can drop it down to 1 over there maybe. Because if we add 2, I don't think you can get a lift down that's going to work with this. No, it will. That's even better. Even better. So as long as these work out, we should be good. There we go. That is what I wanted. Okay, so we got reinforced iron plates running. Everything else is working. Let me just remove that. Should be a ramp. But those are things I'm going to sort off on my own time. So this is going to be reinforced iron plate. I'm just going to drop in what I have here, because that production is really going to be slow. Just trying to think. I want to leave the screws for that machine over there. So I want a temporary container. If I can stop falling off the side here. Let me just add another foundation for now. We need to add a container from over this way. So this is just going to be a messy little thing. Oh, bugger. Man, I'm running out of these like crazy. No, I don't want to make them modular frames. I want to do reinforced iron plates. It's not going to be too many. Should be done with it, I think. Just need to add a lift over there and a lift going, or belt going in there. Can't use a straight connection. That is so weird, but I still need 2 more reinforced iron plates in order to complete this. So I'll definitely be grabbing all of the screws that I got there at the hub and then come and fill up this container in order to help unload into the machines, because I'm definitely going to be needing it. This is absolutely crazy, the amount of screws that I need. Because over here it's 140, so that's already more than what we can handle now, unless we get the quicker belts. And this is also going to be at 100, so we're looking at 240 just for the 2 machines here. And then over this side we're going to have what? If this is fully increased, it's going to take 247. Absolutely mental. Now that is going to be crazy, guys. So I'm going to leave this production to just keep running its own way. I should be saving up quite a bit of rotors. We already got 14 over there, 8 modular frames, and about 26 of our reinforced iron plates. So I'll definitely go and do some manual crafting as well while these machines are running. And then I'm gonna be grabbing iron ore as well as coal and just do manual crafting on the metal ingots there. The steel ingots, not the metal ones, the steel ingots. And as soon as I get the steel ingots, I'm gonna do the beams and the pipes, just so that we can get the belts and the miner unlocked in the next episode right from the get-go, and go and do those machines here, just in order to ensure our screws and everything is going to flow correctly. So we'll get that done as well. Do hope you guys enjoyed, and that I see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Alpha Blast Gamer out.